Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the defeated finals, not the loser finals as some people call it, between Huck and, sadly for Huck, Select. I don't say sadly because, hey, Huck is one of the best players in the world, but right now so is Select. So we're gonna have a gruesome match between Terran versus Protoss on Metalopolis, the first of in a series of three, and we'll see who comes out on top and gets to face Hydra in the finals of the MLG. I don't know even where to begin right now. I gotta say I'm favoring Huck for a lot of reasons. Huck just a fine guy, while Select is a new player. He is a new player to Starcraft 2 as far as I know. He has made his name for himself in Starcraft 2 with incredible micro and macro. However, he doesn't have any Brood War experience. He's one of those people who have never really experienced the old game. And let's face it, to ignore your history is, well, to be disliked. I like Select, I've seen him play, and I do watch his plays just because he plays Terran, and he is getting first a depot and then a barracks. As you can see, he's not even bothering for a wall-in, getting a refinery at about middle racks. Let's see the production time. As we can see, we have the racks coming up, the refinery, and the SCV gonna start attacking the drone is gonna the probe gonna attack the SCV. It's late. Very nice switch between building SCVs. The low HP one went to minerals and the high HP one continued the build. And now the first SCV is the barracks is gonna be up. The gateway is almost done. We have a pylon here for vision and probably warp ins right now. And Huck's Select's scout is soon gonna find Huck as well. Meanwhile, we have a marine on the way. And orbital command and a second barracks, so it's going to be a 2 racks build. And what is this? This is a tech lab, so we'll see what this tech lab brings. We have the SCV finally running in here and gonna spot a cyber core and a gateway, so nothing really out of the ordinary for Huck. The same standard build, not even an early Zealot before the core, so the Zealot is now being pumped out, gonna come up at about the exact same time as the core, and probably we're gonna see a stalker after that. What will this? Oh, Reaper play. Reaper playing concussive shells on the way, so that means that this one early Reaper will be used to do some kind of economical harass. However, we'll see Marauders after this one. I don't see concussive shells being put out for nothing, and there is a reactor, so we're gonna have Marauders from this, Marines from this little Marine just idling around here, moving around to keep up with the APM. And as you can see, Select averaging a 235 with a current of 290 APM, and there is that Reaper taking out the scout, while Huck averaging a 260 but now dropping a little because his scout is gone. Now, as you can see, this Zealot and Stalker are gonna move out, while the Reaper is gonna move out as well. However, what Huck doesn't know is that this Reaper is only for scouting purposes. He is not gonna be used as Reaper play because, hey, I believe that the patch has currently nerfed Reapers so bad to the point where they are just worthless for any kind of build except scouting. That is my opinion, and apparently Select agrees, getting out this only one Reaper. And now if we look at the production tab, there is another Marauder on the way and 2 more Marines, so it's 2 Marines, Marauders securing an expansion. Huck is securing an expansion of his own. If we look at the timing, about yeah, the command center will finish second, but let's face it, because of that Terran mule, the advantage will go to our Terran player. We have a static defenses being set up here. I don't think we're gonna see a second bucket. The Reaper is still alive, so the Reaper will do a lot of damage. Gonna scout in here. See, there's an expansion on the way, so know that he doesn't have to fear an early attack. Gonna lose that scouting STV, and now Huck is just let's see the unit count. Huck has the better units. We have 4 stalkers, however 3 marauders with concussive shells gonna do a lot of damage. Where are the troops for Huck? Here are the troops for Huck. Well, God, it's late, I'm sorry. For Select, and we'll see if Select actually decides to move out with this troop. Right now, Huck has a lot of Stalkers and 1 Zealot. 5 Stalkers, 1 Zealot. However, 4 Marauders and 7 Marines should easily be able to fight that, because Marauders with concussive shells are just so annoying. Stim isn't. This is the units. Let's see. Stim is on the way. I was right about that. We have more mules coming down. The second command center is already slowly being saturated. Let's see at the harvester count. Despite the fact Select being behind a little, his income is ahead, because hey, he's a Marine, and that scouting SCV is not gonna see much because he's gonna get shot down by Marines and Marauders, and there they are just standing there and thinking we're awesome, we have missiles and we have shells and we're gonna be awesome. This Reaper in here gonna run in here, gonna start try to do some economical damage. He has 4 kills, but sadly 1 shot from these Stalkers gonna send that Reaper flying, and I believe that's his head. So Reaper is out. Let's see what the robotics facility will bring. Chrono Boost being used on the robotics facility, and yet nothing is out. Whoops. Yeah, whoopsie by Huck. Let's see, is there observer on the map? No, so the Chrono Boost was not just used randomly, but nothing is out. I suppose maybe Huck wanted to bring something out, but decided after using the Chrono Boost, but decided not to, and maybe we're gonna see a robotics facility. No, there's the observer now. Chrono Boost being used. A robotics for big pointing down, and we'll see Colossus. But here comes the Marines and Marauders with Stim, and very nice micro from Select, just running, shooting, and that's how you want to play Marine Marauder, and running, shooting some more. Stim has finally worn off, but Stim being used again. The disadvantage of Stim being that you lose so much health. However, you gain so much damage, so it's all down to your micro and macro. Let's check out that APM, 312. So awesome APM from Select. He's using Stim again, so it's 3 Marauders versus 3 Stalkers, and the Stalkers managed to win simply because of that softening up because of the Stim, because in other kinds of situations the Marauders would have plowed through. We have a proxy pylon here, which I don't think Select is aware of. If we look at the map, no, Select is not aware of it. Huck doesn't see that much of his opponent's base, and he should get an observer out to scout. Speaking of which, where is that observer? There is an observer. It's probably around here sticking with the army, I guess, but or is it already on the map? There is on the map. Gonna try and keep an eye on Select's army. Select is gonna slowly macro up here and move in again, move in for that harass, and Huck is on the defensive at the moment. If we look at the income, Select is ahead, but oh, very nice force field 7, not allowing these Marines Marauders to run away, and now separating the 2 armies. These 2 Marines and this 1 Marine and 2 Marauders gonna start doing some nice econ damage, but these Marines Marauders are gonna fall while these are still running and hitting. Let's see. This Marauder has 4 kills, this Marauder had 2 kills, and now they're backed up into a corner and are going to die, but they have done their damage. On the other side of the map, we have 2 Marauders running like crazy with Stim, with 30 HP both. No, this one has 24. Let's see, the production tab says that we have this reactor on the starport, and we have medevacs on the way, but we also have Colossus on the way and ground weapons level 1. No thermal lance yet, which will make those Colossus vulnerable to our concussive shells. Stim, 2 more barracks on the way, so we'll see a lot more bio ball build, and I suppose, and there's that thermal lance. If that thermal lance come into play and used properly, all these units are gonna get fried. But we only have 1 Colossus on the way. 1 Colossus is already on the map. These Stalkers are gonna shoot down that poor Marine. God, poor Marine just fried to a crisp. These Marauders trying to catch up to this army, getting Stim, but sadly the Stim was wasted, and now we're gonna have an encounter, and oh, nice force fields, and these 2 Marauders who try to get a kill are going to get burned and sliced, and now finally Select is on the defensive, and but Select securing his 3rd expansion. However, so is Huck. If we look at the production tab, we have the Nexus gonna come up first, so Huck is gonna get this one first. Meanwhile, the army for Huck is moving back because the army for Select is gonna find this expansion, and if he manages to stop this from producing anything, if he manages to take it out, that means it's gonna be very huge. Here come a few sentries to try and do some damage, try to block off. These sentries are gonna die, but are going to keep this expansion alive, survive, and that is very good for Huck. And also we have a drop inside the main base. I almost missed it. It's still going to be used. If he manages to snipe the Nexus, it's going to be huge, but in the end he actually decides to go for probes, go for the econ, make sure that these probes don't transition anywhere, and a lot of probes dying. We have 3 kills, and now just lift up. This one Marauder has been left behind and gonna run away. I think he's actually gonna survive and gonna make it back to his friends. Hey guys, you just left me behind. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm just running away. This poor Marauder, I want him to live. I actually want him to live, but he's gonna get sliced in half. And now the Select has done a lot of damage with that drop, a lot of damage, and Huck is on the defensive because of that harass. If we look at the production tab, Huck has lost a lot. The units lost tab, Huck has lost a lot more units, a lot more resources. We have Blink Stalkers on the way, more Marauders, and a few Vikings to deal with that Colossus problem, but let's face it, right now it's not a problem because of this very effective use drop. And I wonder if you can drop him. Drop a Marauder here on this building, or drop one here. That would be cool. Or maybe drop one into the fog. See the poor Marauder go, "Wah!" Let's get back to the game. So now we have a massive army from Select, his second attack force, because his prime attack force is stuck in these medevacs. So the prime attack force gonna move up in here, gonna try and take out these vision pylons, and gonna start moving out across the map. Huck's forces are here. If we look at the army size, Huck sadly has also been supply blocked, so it's 161 supply versus 118 supply. Huck is behind, but a lot of those were harvesters, and Huck is behind in harvester count. So here comes the fight. We have these. Oh my god, there are absolutely no stalkers here. So these Colossus are just going to fall. Only one Colossus almost dead. A second Colossus is gonna fall. 2 Colossus have fallen. A few stalkers being warped in. No stalkers whatsoever. Now these Zealots are gonna get pounded by the Marauders, and sadly that was very bad composition for Huck, and Huck just has to GG, and that means he is behind. So 1-0 for Select, and I'll see you guys in game number 2.